All right, peace Israel, shalom, shalom, shalom. Peace Israel, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Yeshaya from Michigan, soldier for YAHAWASHI. You know, back out here again through the Spirit Power, YAHAWASHI Shai, to do a street ministry. Salakia, I usually go early, but it was raining. So originally, I switched it to a indoor camp. But then when I saw that it stopped around this time, I felt like the Lord gave me a grace period to come out. So I instantly came out here and I switched it back to the street ministry. So thought I'll be out by Shim outside. I do have my umbrella just in case. I do got my hoodie. And we outside, man. We have to do this. I really didn't want to turn this into an indoor camp. So thought I'll be out by Shim outside. Before I get started, I'm going to give all honors, praise, and infinite glory to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect, and shalom to you, Akim and Akrev that's tuned in right now. A double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well and teach well, man. So, right, I'm going to hop straight into the lesson. As you can see, everybody was happy to celebrate, 250 years. Yesterday marked the 250 years of Esau Edom, being in rulership. And, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna make sure he bring the candles for that cake, man. And those candles is gonna be by way of thermonuclear missiles, man. Those ICBM missiles, So without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it. Cause I don't know if it's gonna rain again. Lord willing, it don't. Lord willing, I get through all my scripts. So the first couple of scripts I want to bring out is all coming from Matthew, so I'm gonna be bouncing around. It's actually Matthew 24, but I'm gonna be jumping through this chapter. So bear with me, Israel. And once again, Daughter Abba Yahweh Shai for allowing me to come out another week to do the street ministry, for continuously putting the spirit on me to do this work. I grabbed all these scripts literally at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So the spirit was put on me to come up with this title, grab these scripts, so call on Yahweh Shai. We're going to hop right into it. This is Matthew 24 and 6 to 9. And ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So right. And that's what's happening right now. You hear all about all these wars and rumors of wars, man. You hear about Israel and Iran and US. All these rumors, all these wars that's happening, all these rumors of wars that's about to start. But see, the Lord is just saying this is the beginning of the sorrows, man. These has to come. This stuff, prophecy has to come to pass. Certain prophecies has to go off first, and then the end shall come. But we know through the Spirit that we're really, really, really close, man. You can Salakia. Hey, if anybody is watching, mic check please, because I need to know if y'all can hear me. Because somebody just tried to FaceTime me, man. I swear, every time I'm trying to do a lesson, somebody want to call me out of nowhere, man. Like, damn. I gotta start letting people know. Don't call me on Sundays during a certain time, man. You know. If anybody watching, please, barbecue shop, put in the comment chat and comment section. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm gonna continue going. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So right, that's what's happening now. Even Jake, our own people hate us. Why? Because we coming out in the spirit of the Lord, and they don't like that, man. They want you to be everything else but a child of God, man. They want you to be African. They want you to be black. They want you to be American. They want you to be come from monkeys. They want you to come from fish. They want you to come from a lot of things, but they don't want you to come from the Most High, man. Why is that? Because it carries a heavy vibration, man. They're upset, you know, and that's why 2/3 of our people got to go on this side, man. You know, and for nation shall rise against nation. For anybody that don't know, yesterday they had a picture of white supremacist group. They was on the bus, you know. They was on the bus, surrounding, just standing around Jake. You had a Israelite woman, Israelite man. They were just sitting there surrounding them. But the whole bus was filled with them, man. They had their little uniforms on, the whole nine. So this goes to show you, man, they're about to come. Esau is about to come down, and ultimately, we know through the spirit they're gonna use groups like that to try and say anybody that come out and speak against what they're teaching is instantly a terrorist group. Us coming out and saying that America gonna get hit with missiles, we gonna look like a terrorist group, man. We're about, hey, it's that time, man. That affliction is here, man. They're about to come down with great wrath, man. They already saying in C9 bill in Canada, if you can't come out and talk against society. You can't come out and bring out certain scripts, man. So that famine of word is getting here real quick, you know. And in a minute, the Lord's gonna take us off the streets, man. This is Matthew 24:12 to 14. Salakia, once again, I'm bouncing around, you know, through Matthew. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, and that's what's happening, man. Hey, you just had, I think a man just killed a couple children, you know. The love of many is waxing cold, man. Esau Edom coming out with their little groups, their little white supremacist group, ready to rain down on Jake, man. But ye that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So right, the ones that endure to the end, that endures all this hardship that we're about to face, that's gonna survive through Jacob's trouble, man. Those are the ones that's gonna be saved at the end, man. You know, and just because you're a 2/3 and you make it through Jacob's trouble, don't necessarily mean you're gonna make it. You know, the Lord could be just setting you up just to magnify His name. Hey, you ain't want to believe that chariots, so-called UFOs, was gonna come down and beam up my prophets, beam up my servants. Then watch them get beamed up as missiles hit this place, man. You know, and that's the Lord is cold like that, man. We know through the spirit that the Lord is gonna be doing all of this, man. He's the one that's setting up this whole board. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So, right, man, this gospel, the true gospel of this Bible, man, knowing that the Lord, YAHAWASHI, that everybody ignorantly calls God, has a favorite group of people, has the people that He love and has the people that He hate, man. You know, the true gospel, not that Christianity bullshit, not none of that any other religion that come out of that use the Bible for and use these scripts for their own liking, none of all that stuff is false, man. See, out here, when people say, oh, he a Hebrew Israelite, they talk like we a religion. No, we're not, man. We identify as a Hebrew Israelite. Why? Because the Lord said we are, man. We are Israelites. You know, it's a blood covenant. You know, that's not religion. You know? So, let's continue. Hey, and Lord willing, y'all can hear me, man, because somebody just called me. Hopefully it ain't break up the feed. This is 19 and 24, 19 through 24, Salakia. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. So, right, woe to them. Woe means destruction to those who are with child, man, because, hey, if you don't, now we know through the Spirit, you know, brothers and you sisters, y'all have children. The Lord, if y'all sincere, you know, you sincere brothers and sisters, the Lord's going to protect your family, you know. But the ones that's not standing for the Lord, that's not standing with YAHAWASHI, that wants to be a friend of the world, those are the ones that has to worry about protecting their loved ones, that has to worry about salvation and how they're going to be protected through Jacob's trouble, you know, because the Lord already told us that his servants is going to eat. You know, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed, you know. So, right, man, we're going to be good in Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, we of those men. Lord willing, you know, I'm part of that number, man. Hopefully, I am part of the elect, man. You know, that's why we got to call ourselves hopeful, like, because it's a humbling. We're not prideful, man. We got to be humble in this thing, you know. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, right? And that's going into pray that, you know, all hell don't break loose when you're most relaxed. You're most relaxed when you're in the winter time because you ain't out really doing much. And on the Sabbath, you know you're not doing nothing. So the Lord, and you know, Esau Edom is a cunning hunter. Scripture say Esau is a cunning hunter. He's gonna rain down on you when you're most relaxed, man. When you what they say, whistleblowers was coming out years ago saying, oh yeah, on D-Day they was gonna come roll out 3, 4 in the morning, man. Catch you while you sleep. You know, that's how Esau Edom work. You know, they need as much people in the house as they can. So the best time for them to do is going to be at night while everybody getting ready for the next day or already sleep, depending on what time zone you're in. They already have everything mapped out and everything set up, you know? But that goes to show you how much of a cunning hunter Esau is, man. And this is why we need the Lord to protect us, because we know through spirit, Esau Edom probably already tried to come down certain, but they watch YouTube. They probably already tried to come down on apostles, but the Lord pulled them back. Something happened. The Lord protected them, man. You know? This is Matthew 29 through 39. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken, right? Because the fathership is going to cover the sun and the moon. The fathership is going to hover over the earth, so no light get in, man. And the stars falling from heaven is going to be those mysteries. Why? Because if you ever watch mysteries being shot at night, they literally look like stars falling or moving around, man. So that's how the Lord described how those mysteries gonna look. They're gonna come down with those, and you know the Spirit's gonna be on them. That's why everybody who's gonna be part of that lake of fire, they're gonna get hit, man. You know they're gonna get hit. There's no escaping missiles being hit around you, man. They already telling you that hypersonic missiles could get to America within 15 minutes, 30 minutes. They have the Satan II that's undetectable, man. The Satan II cannot be detected, man. How much more of these other missiles that these other countries have that they not using right now? Why? Because the Lord is holding them back. But once the Lord allowed their spirit to start pressing those buttons, it's over for America, man. If you're not part of that elect, if you don't have that dua, that hedge of protection, if the Lord ain't gonna save you, you're cooked, man. Just like scripture say, in that day, calling your other gods that you have chosen, man. Let them deliver you in the day of the wrath, man, of the troubles, man. Roughly paraphrasing. So don't try to call YAHAWASHI outside now when all hell breaking loose. Continue to call on Jesus, Yahweh, God, Yeshua. You know, Amin Ra, whoever your gods are, man. Continue to call Buddha, whoever it is, man. Continue to call on them. Let's see if they deliver you, man. Right. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right, and those clouds are those chariots. He gonna come on those chariots, those so-called UFOs, and everybody's gonna see him. Scripture say every eye shall see him, man. So everybody gonna be like, oh my God, Jesus. Nah, I promise you, I wholeheartedly believe that when Yahawashi cracked that firmament open, he entered, nobody's gonna call Jesus, man, because that aura that he's coming in, nobody ever felt it. Nobody knows what's gonna feel like for Yahawashi to get here. But he's coming in the glory of his Father, man, Yahawah. That's gonna shake your spirit. You're gonna be scared, man. You probably won't even confess the name. You're gonna be so scared you won't even confess the name Jesus son, man. Why? Because Jesus don't hold no power, man. But Yahawashi do. You know? Hey, I was watching boxing last night, and he looked like he could have been Northern Kingdom. He could have been probably Ephraimite, or oh yeah, he looked like he could have been Ephraim, but on the back of his shirt he had Yahawashi name on it written in Hebrew, man. That's how you know we're waking up. Hey, that's why Esau Edom is doing everything fast. He's scared. He knows the Israelites is waking up, man. They said more people are starting to identify as Israelites now than ever before. You know why? Because scripture say in these times the nations is going to wake up, man. They're gonna wake up. You know? And Esau Edom is scared of that. So right, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds. Right. So this goes to show you that Hamashiach, the Messiah, is not coming to save everybody. He's coming to grab who? Let me read that again. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So all over earth, man, he's going to grab the elect, the 144,000 men and that small remnant. They friends, family, and the believers, those are the ones that's going to get saved, man. But it's going to start with the elect, the 144,000 men, servants, prophets that's doing this work in sincerity. That's not just out there where we're matching uniforms and say, oh, we for the Lord. No, because those camps, IUIC, ISUBK, those government bought out camps, they are sellouts, man. You know, they glorify themselves more than they glorify the Lord. And you can see by how they do things, man. Now learn a parable of a fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. So right, man, we wake up and we see more and more things happening. Just know it's at the door, man. How you think the Lord feel looking down, you know, every day, but mainly even yesterday? We still going through hell. We know that the president ain't shit. We know that this society is crashing, but yet Jake still went out and had fun. Still had him a couple drinks. Still want to say happy 4th of July. They were literally popping fireworks all the way up to like 3 in the morning, man. Jake loved 4th of July, man. They love Esau Edom. They love America, man. They love this place. Why? Because they believe that this little false image of freedom that they have, this ain't real freedom, man. You still got to wake up, go to work. Hey, scripture say we got to go to our enemies for the want of all things, man. You want something to drink, you got to go These is all Esau Edom, so-called white people businesses, man. You want a bottle of water? You know, Esau Edom owns that. You know, they took the trees. Hey, it's this I don't know his name, but it's a page. He probably Edomite. He could be an Israelite, you know, but he paint his face like the Joker, and he was like, they took the trees. You know, he said they took the trees and took all the fruit and sold us back the fruit. Then they took the water, rain, springs, rivers, bottled it up, and sold it back to us. You know, it was funny too. I'm not gonna lie, but that's right, man. Then he said they took all this land that was already here and said, if you want to stay here, you better get ready for it. You better have a payment plan, man. Land that's not theirs. You know, they came over here and raped, robbed, and murdered a lot of Reuben and Gad, man. You know, and say, nah, this is our land. They didn't even bury them. They left they bodies to decay, then put cement over it and start building houses over it, man. So how you think the Lord feel about that? About Esau Edom? And he's still doing this to this day, going around terrorizing different nations. How much longer, man? The Lord's about to come down with that great wrath, man. He's about to come down with the great wrath, and he's about to destroy this place, man. And we can't wait. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Right, and we are the last generation, man. Ain't gonna all this gen alpha omega ain't gonna be no more gen nothing, man. This is the last generation. And this is gonna be the generation that sees YAHAWASHI come save the elect, save his prophets, save his men, man. This is gonna be that generation that's gonna experience Jacob's trouble. That's going to experience all hell breaking loose. That's going to see strange apparitions and teeth of wild beasts and, you know, all these things that's about to happen, man. This is going to be that generation. It's not going to pass until all of these things happen. So, right, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So, right, heaven and earth shall pass away, but not the words of the Lord, man. Because once the Lord says something, his word is his bond, man. You know, Jake like, word is bond. But that's the Lord. The Lord actually means that. What he says goes, man. And he's a man of his word. He ain't going to take it back. Once he says something, hey, he said the only thing higher than the Lord is his word. Why? Because if he say you're going to die, if you take this mind, he's not going to change his mind. Even if he wanted to save you. Even if you, think about this, even if you was on the list to get saved, man, once you take that chip, he can't save you because he already said you take that seed hit, you're done for, man. If you don't repent, you're done for, man. If you don't seek him, you're done for, man. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only, right? Only Yahweh is the only one that knows when all hell is going to break loose, the exact day and time. He knows when missiles are going to start dropping. He knows when YAHAWASHI is going to come and crack the skies open. He knows all, man, you know? But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. So, right, they didn't care. And, you know, Noah was out there teaching, man, as he was building the ark. So they say, hey, why he building that ark, man? You know, and you got some stud Israelite woman on the internet saying, oh, well, if we see anybody that's building an ark, just get ready to hop on it or help them. We're going to help them build it. No, that's not going to happen. Why? Because this time it's a spiritual ark. The Lord said he's not going to flood this place with water no more, but the second death is going to be fire, man. You know? So that spiritual ark is what's already being built now. And it's going to turn physical once those chariots, those so-called UFOs get here and start beaming up the elect, man. And knew not until the flood came and took them away, so shall the so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So right, the they ain't know until it start raining, because there was, you know, Noah was out there saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be a flood, you know, water is gonna take and drown all of you, is gonna come in, and it's gonna basically, you know, flood the whole place. People ain't believe. Why? Because it wasn't raining around that time. Plants and stuff was being treated with water, because the dew, morning dew, it's called morning dew. When you go outside in the morning and it smell like it rained, but it didn't rain, that's just because the water is rising up from the ground, and it was going into the roots, man. So that's how they trees and stuff. Water is all over the earth, man, under these grounds. So it rises up to you know, the soil, and that's how the plants and stuff was being fed. So when people saying, so when Noah said that it was going to rain from the heaven, you know, actual rain that we experiencing now, they didn't believe it, man. You know, they didn't believe until it started happening. Then they start panicking. Then what? They tried to climb onto the boat. They probably had scratch marks. They tried to get onto the ark, but it was too late. You know, the Lord only saved 8 people during that time, man. You know, that which goes to show you that the Lord doesn't care about numbers, man. 2/3 of our own people is going to die. One out of every 3 Israelites is gonna be saved, man. That's small. That's a small number, man. You know. But that goes to show you, man, the Lord don't care about numbers. Hey, and this is beautiful because I believed in this, man. You know, growing up, I wasn't too sure about nothing, man. Like, really, I wasn't too sure where I was gonna be, what type of job I was going. I wasn't too sure about any, and how I was gonna live in society, man. I almost questioned everything. But once I came into this truth, it's like my spirit knew, yeah, this is it. This is the truth right here. I knew wholeheartedly before even coming to the ministry, life wasn't supposed to be like this. It was already in my spirit, you know, and call all YAHAWASHI for that. Because the Lord was dealing with me, you know, since the beginning, man. You know, I knew, hey, it doesn't feel right to grow up, to work all your life and die, man, just to go to a happy place. You know, that didn't sit right, man. I just didn't know what it was or how to say it. So, all right, let me grab my next script. This is 2nd Esdras 16 and 13. And it reads, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Right, man. So strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Now, when the arrows get shot, those are the missiles, man. Because when Esdras saw, when the Lord put the spirit on him to see this future, to see what was going to happen now, they didn't know it was called a missile. They said it looked like an arrow, because when you look up missiles, they look like arrows, man. You know, it's pictures of, you could Google pictures of missiles, man. They look like arrows. You know, so and you know, scripture goes into how they saw a mushroom. You know, which is the mushroom cows. When nukes go off, they make that little mushroom like shape, man. You know, so this goes to show you, man. Hey, Esdras is here now, man. Do we know who Esdras is? No. Hey, the prophets is back, man. We just don't know exactly who's who. Through the spirit, we may believe certain men can be these prophets, but we not too sure yet, you know. And that's why this is beautiful, because this is all faith based, man. No matter how many times you talk to somebody, and they might, oh, Hebrews never existed. Oh, we come from, everybody come from this place, and there is no God. We in the time now, man. If a nigga ain't got, if he don't understand, man, we ain't dealing with him. It is what it is. They'll understand when the missiles hit. Then they're gonna be like, damn, man, he was right this whole time. You know, hey, and y'all don't understand how close we are. We are in July, man. We're about to hit 2027, man. Think about how scary that is. We're about to hit 2027. And you know, Agenda 30, hey, and I believe, hey, stuff could happen way before 2030, man. Lord will. You know? Because the Lord wants this place gone, man. The Lord is sick and tired of looking down and seeing Jake still go off. You know, he's tired of seeing nobody's taking life serious. Nobody's taking him serious. Everybody can do whatever they think. They have free will, and they could do whatever they want. The Lord's about to come down, and he's about to smoke this place, man. Hey, the amount of missiles, when these missiles hit, man, listen, the Lord sent me visions plenty of times where missiles was hitting around me, but I was being protected. It wasn't affecting me, man. He sent me a lot of visions. Look, you got Edomite in his van with his American flag shirt on, man. Why? Because this is his land. This is his kingdom, man. They love it here, man. Esau, Edom, these so-called white people, they love it here, man. Live it up, man. They have no choice, because listen, when your kingdom is over, that 1,000 years of slavery is gonna be very back-breaking. You know, I was watching Saints of Jersey. They were saying, you'll be lucky if you even get an hour of sleep. You know, you might be having to work 2-3 shifts a day, man. Except for Sabbath. You know, Sabbath day, that's gonna be the only time you actually get fully rested, man. Outside of that, you're cooked, man. You'll be lucky if you get an hour or two of sleep, man. This is Revelations 20 and 10 to 15. And it reads, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. Right, and who's the devil, man? It's not the spiritual demon Satan, but it's Esau, Edom, so-called white people, man. He's the devil, so-called white man. Same, starting with the elites, man. You know, he's the one that's putting all these laws and making us pay our way to the top, and making sure that we only get but so far in society, while still making him tons of money, man. You know, and that lake of fire brimstone is the missiles, because when the missiles hit America, it's going to cause literally a lake of fire, man. And that's where you 2/3, all you unbelievers and all you unfaithful, y'all, that's gonna be y'all bath, man. Y'all gonna take a nice hot bath. Y'all gonna be in there for a minute. The Lord gonna keep y'all spirits in y'all body. Why? Because y'all don't understand true pain, man. But in that day you will. Then it's gonna come a point, he gonna have mercy. Y'all gonna die off. Then y'all gonna come back as babies. You Israelites gonna come back as babies in the kingdom, and then y'all gonna receive the blessings. But it's gonna be a first resurrection first, man. You know, it's gonna be the ones that was doing the will of the Lord to the best of their ability, the ones that received that extra credit, man. You know, hey, when you, what happens to the students that get straight all A's, you know, on their report card, they get something special, man. They get those special gifts. So through the eyes of the Lord, we out here teaching. We out here keeping the high holy days to the best of our ability. We out here praying, repenting, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. When we're doing things that's commanded of us, you know, so we ultimately can be saved, man. You know, and we gotta believe that. Listen, the Lord said it Himself, man. He's not gonna forget our labor of love, man. He's not gonna destroy us if we do this work. But you gotta be sincere. You can't just be like, all right, let me do a lesson so I can be saved. Nah, man, you gotta have that spirit on you. Literally, I didn't have a topic this week for this lesson. As we was getting closer, I knew it was 4th of July. I say, you know what? I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into the destruction of this place. I ain't had the scripts though, but the spirit was on me at 2:30 in the morning to get my scripts together, and that's what I did, man. And I looked outside, it was raining. My spirit started getting down. I said, damn, man, I ended up switching the title to indoor camp. I didn't want it to be an indoor because I was lukewarm for a long time. And I was like, you know what? I want to come out here. And then I saw that I looked outside, stopped drizzling. I said, oh, yeah, now's the chance. I thank the Lord. Let me come out here. Look, 1 o'clock, still no rain, man. They said it was going to rain from 12, 1. It was going to really stop at 2 and 3. But look, this goes show you, call on YAHAWASHI outside. The Lord allowed me to come out and do this work, man. You know? And the Lord testing us. I could have saw that it was raining and still had the spirit. Nah, let me just stay in and play the game. I'll do the lesson, but I'll just make it indoor. No, man. We got to go hard, man. Because the Lord, he's gonna go hard when you want to be saved, right? You want your families and loved ones to be saved, right? You gotta do this work. You know, that's a fair trade. We gotta do what's commanded of us, so the Lord can give us those blessings, man. And He about to give brothers whole galaxies. We about to get galaxies. You can't measure the power of the Lord. And then when people hear this, oh, you think you about to get a whole Come on, man. Yeah, I believe. The Lord, hey, it's not 9 planets, Jake. That's what they told us. Oh, it's only 9 planets. Our solar system is going. No, man. The Lord's stretching the heavens every single day. Hey, y'all was out there, hey, in my Father's house are many mansions. He's about to go prepare a place for us, man. You know? We're here, man. We're about to be saved, man. You are the elect. Through the spirit power, YAHAWASHI outside, we have those men, man. You know, because it's going to be beautiful, man. We're going to be able to, hey, when we get those spiritual powers on Jacob's heart, we're going to magnify the Lord's name. The Lord's name is going to be magnified during Jacob's trouble. Everybody's going to know who's causing all this. Where's all this coming from? You ain't going to be no more guessing. Oh, well, I think it's going to be this and that. Nah, you're going to know for sure, man. You know? So this is Revelations 20 and 10. Let me finish. Where the beast and the false prophet are and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Now, they take that and they make that, oh, well, that's hell. No, it's not. It's just that lake of fire that's created by those missiles. Now, the Lord, He's going to have mercy. Nobody's going to stay in that lake of fire forever. That's slang for us, man. It's like when you ask somebody how long he took, oh, he took forever, man. He take it forever. Where he at? It's like that type of talk. But you got to have the spirit. You got to have that Rakakwadash on you to even break down a lot of these scripts, man. That's why people don't know these scripts because they don't have, first of all, you can't just open this book and read and think that you're going to understand it. First of all, that Rakakwadash got to be on you. Once you get that, then you can open up and everything's going to explain. Some people might think, oh, I got the Rakakwadash. I could understand. They still don't understand scripts, man. You can tell by how you talk to them, how you break them. Hey, what do this script mean? Break it down to me. Their response let you know if the Lord really dealing with them or not. You know? That's right. And I saw a great white throne and Him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before YAHAWASHI outside, and the books were open. Another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. So, right, whether it's righteous or wicked works, everybody has works, man. You know? Whether you believe it or not, we all have works, wicked or righteous, man. So when those missiles start dropping, the dead is already going to be judged. So before they even hit, you might see people even raised up before they hit. Why? Because either they're going to be raised up for thermonuclear fire to be part of that lake of fire, or they're going to be raised up and receive salvation through YAHAWASHI, man, through YAHAWASHI and those chariots, you know. So they're gonna be judged. The book's gonna be open. Everybody's name is in certain books. Everybody's gonna be judged, man. And y'all don't have to stand before God, the ones that's gonna live around that time, to know what your judgment is, because you're gonna know. If you don't get beamed up, that means your judgment was thermonuclear fire, that lake of fire, man. And I take this very seriously, man. Why? Because the Lord is not to be played with. You got people that play around with the name of the Lord, man. You know, saying, oh, I'm a man of God, so I can't do this. That's playing around with you don't know what it takes to be a man of God. You don't even know what that is, man. You know, you're a man of Christianity. You know, because you're not a man of YAHAWASHI. You know. And the sea gave up the dead, which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they will judge every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Why? Because the Lord said he wasn't going to flood the place with water anymore. So the second death is that lake of fire. And whoso was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So right, if you're not found in the book of salvation, the book of life, the salvation, because that's what the book of life is. You're going to receive salvation. Even brothers that might have to die for the truth, that's not technically judgment. They're dead. They're done. No, because they're going to either be raised up and beamed up, simultaneously change into that new body, or they're going to get those new bodies automatically and be on the chariot with YAHAWASHI, man. Their judgment going to be salvation, man. Death is just Uber to the spirit world. You're just going up there to and your deep sleep to rest, man. And that's everybody. Once you go up, you just rest there until the day of judgment, until this day, you know? Because once that day comes, everybody simultaneously gonna be judged, because the Lord is omnipotent. He could be many places at one time. He could be dealing with everybody at the same time. That's his power, man. So everybody gonna stand before, okay, boom, you receive salvation, boom, you receive judgment. You're gonna go down, those missiles gonna hit, boom, there go your judgment, man. You know? I got some more scripts, right? But I got more that's in Revelation, so I'm gonna stay on Revelations. I got Revelations 11 and 13 to 14, and then I got 6. So right, this is Revelations 11 and 13 to 14. And the same hour where there was Salakia. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. Now, I wanted to bring this out because when you break that down, just like I was telling some friends I have in the world, America isn't 50 nations in one. It's broken up into the FEMA zone, 10 parts. Because when they lock this place down, they're going to zone it out. They know that they can't deal with every state at the same time, police every state. So what they do is they're going to zone, okay, up here is going to be zone 1. They're going to cut off, they're going to barricade highways, they're going to lock people in, man, and 10 different parts. You could literally Google FEMA zones and Google, man, to know it's 10 FEMA zones. So when the Lord brought this out, he said the 10th part of the city fell, is going into that, man. And that's going to be all of America. At that point, it's going to be the whole America. And the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the power of heaven. Right, the remnant, that 144,000, the ones that's gonna be saved, they're gonna glorify and magnify the name of the Lord. They're gonna praise on YAHAWASHI. They're gonna see everybody dying around them, but they still gonna be alive, man. They still gonna be able to, they're gonna still, receive that salvation. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Woe is going into destruction once again. So the second destruction was World War II. The next woe is woe is World War III, man. And it's gonna be Esau, Edom, and America. These other heathen nations versus YAHAWASHI, the angels, and the 144,000, the powers of heaven, man. That's gonna be the real World War III, because scripture say it's gonna be one realm against another, man. You know. So right, this Revelation 6 and 13 to 15, and it reads, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as the fig tree casteth her untimely figs, and she is shaken of a mighty wind. Right, the stars of heaven fell from earth, those missiles, man, and it's gonna cause so much destruction. The earth literally gonna feel like it's shaking. You ain't gonna have no type of balance, man. You know, mighty winds, that wind of destruction. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So right, every island and mountain, places, cities is gonna be leveled, man. New York gonna shift over to freaking Canada, or freaking New Jersey gonna end up in Pennsylvania. Like it's gonna be crazy, man. And the kings of the earth, Salakia, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, right? The elites, the billionaires, the rich, wealthy, Esau, Edom, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, right? Which is going into those bunkers, man, those underground bunkers. Now, we know the elites have bunkers, but they're not in America. They're in over there in overseas, man. The elites control America from another, because they know these scripts, man. They know that America is gonna get hit with missiles, so they don't want to dwell here. They dwell elsewhere, because they believe they're not in America for this, that they can dodge judgment, which is not, because they can't dodge judgment, because you can't dodge YAHAWASHI coming to get your ass. You can't dodge 144,000 Supermen to come grab you out of your bunkers. Now these celebrities, they got bunkers and stuff, but they bunkers is nothing like the elites, man. They bunkers is still here in America. They bunkers is only gonna last them but for so long, maybe through Jacob's trouble, but not through the missiles, man. And we know those bunkers is really for the elect. Just like in Leave the World Behind, you had Edomite girl, little girl. She found a bunker that had food. It was empty, but it had food. The TV was working. It had everything that needed. That's really going to be the elect. The elect is going to be the ones that's going to be saved, and that's going to be able to sleep and rest through these times, man, while everybody else is getting gunned down and put to death, man, receiving judgment, you know? And you got, these little, I don't know, they could have been Edomites, man, coming out screaming 6-7 just now, man, But this is America, man. This is why the Lord, he hates this place. This place has to go, man. And if you love America so much, that's you telling the Lord, I'm a friend of this world. So what is he gonna do? Okay, be with your friend while y'all take this hot shower, And that's just how it is, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord's about, this is a business, man. YAHAWASHI say, I'm about my Father's business. So I got two more chapters, and then I'm gonna close it out. I thought I'll be out by outside for holding this rain back so I can do this work. Hey, it's probably gonna be shorter than my last two camps because I was out here for over an hour. But we're gonna see. I don't really know what the time is right now. I'm just looking at the private chat because I got my scripts lined up right here that I'm gonna use. That goes to show you, man, I'm getting stronger through the spirit. I used to just wing it off the top of my head with a phone because it was easier to just search it up. Now I'm actually, putting my scripts together. I'm studying, and I keep all my scripts. I copy and paste them on my notes, the whole verse. But in the chat, in the private chat, I just put what chapter, what verse, So I got Matthew 24 and 6 through 9. But on the notes, I actually got the scripts. And I just leave them. I don't even delete the notes. I leave them. So I can always go back to my street ministries and study. That's how you're supposed to grow through the spirit, man. The inward man is renewed day by day, man. We have to lock in, man. Because it's about to be all hell. Listen, this place is about to go, man. And we have to show the Lord that even through these tough times, we fighting, man. We still glorifying your name. We still living how you commanded us to live, man. So this is Isaiah. Salakia. This is Isaiah 26 and 20 through 21. And it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." Right. Now, when you break that down, that's what's going to happen to those who get beamed up. Because, I'm talking about, destruction going to be on this place. So y'all probably wondering how, well, y'all know that the chair is going to beam us, beam up the elect, beam up the ones that's going to be saved. But y'all don't know what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is as everybody who's going to be saved get beamed up, automatically they're going to be simultaneously changed into those new bodies. And that's Israelites, you Black, Latino, Native Americans. You heathens are going to be down here suffering. But the ones that's going to be in America, going to be down here, if you in America, you're going to be part of that lake of fire. But the heathens that's going to be overseas, that's not going to, because missiles is going to hit America and Israel. But the other parts, you're going to still have people living, which is going to be the heathens, because the elect that's overseas, they're going to get beamed up and change to new bodies. But the heathens, they're going to go straight into captivity, man. So when the elect and the Israelites is going to be saved, you Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners that look like other nations, but y'all really Israelites, y'all going to be simultaneously changed into those new bodies as y'all get beamed up, because flesh and blood can't inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. You're not going to be able to touch a chariot unless you're into that new body. So as you're getting beamed up and changed, the doors of the chariots is going to close, man. And as the scriptures say, we're going to stay on those chariots until it gets done, until the missiles stop dropping. Because after the missiles drop, the smoke from America it's going to be, until the Lord put it out, it's going to continuously just burn this whole place, man. And 21, "For behold, the Lord YAHAWASHI cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain." So right, man, It's gonna be payback, man. And America is gonna get this very bad judgment, man. So so when we get beamed up, you know, Lord willing, we of those men. It's gonna be a crowning ceremony for the 144,000 prophets. Why? Because they're the ones that's out here doing this work. That's magnifying the name of the Lord, no matter what people say. That's sticking with the belief that's living, man. It's gonna be Yahawashi gonna personally place crowns on the top of brothers' heads, you know, as this place getting hit with those missiles and as this place burning up, man. That's right. Let me grab my last script. This is Romans 3, and I want to end off with this because this is one of my favorite scripts. This is Romans 3 and 4. No, 3 and 3 through 4. Salakia. This Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe, shall they unbelief make the faith of YAHAWASHI without effect? So right, just because somebody don't believe, is that going to stop the Lord from sending these prophecies out? From stopping the Lord from, okay, this one, look how many people don't believe, man. You think that the Lord cares if you believe or not? This shit's still going to go down. Purge like society. Missiles hitting this place. The Lord does not care about what you believe, man. If you're not for him, if you're not glorifying or magnifying his name, you listen, it's gonna be up for you, man. You know, there's no other way to put it. The Lord is the one that's doing all of this, man. So just because you say, oh well, none of this ain't gonna happen, you know, the show must go on, man. Just because you don't believe, it don't matter, man. God forbid, yeah, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So right, man, just because you don't believe, that's not, the Lord ain't gonna put prophecy on pause. Like, these people don't believe, so let's just wait until everybody believes. No, man, because if that's the case, we'll be here forever. If it was up to the 2/3, we would never leave America. We'd constantly keep coming back into captivity. That's why the Lord said he's coming back for the elect, man. For those that believe, he's giving us a way out. Because the 2/3 of our people, you Black, Latino, and Native Americans, y'all want to stay here, man. Y'all don't want the kingdom of heaven. Y'all want the kingdom of Esau, Edom. And look where it's getting you, man. Gunned down by police. You know, justice system against you. Working until you croak. Working until you up in a box, man. You know, homelessness, GMO food, food's poison, restaurants, all this poison, man. You know, this is, y'all loved it. This is what y'all wanted. You know, this is what y'all envisioned a kingdom to be. No, man. This is why the Lord is gonna do what he do so that we can get up out of here, man. You know. I bought this water. I ain't even drink it. You know, I was really just flowing for her. But hey, I always, you know, bring me a bottle of water just in case, you know. Because as you talking, sometimes you get foamy mouth. Sometimes you could, hey, but that spirit was just working today. So, hey, I'm just glad, man. Call all y'all about Shimi outside, man. Call all y'all about Shimi outside because I really, really did not want to miss camp today, man. And the Lord gave me a nice little window to where I could come out here. I was rushing too. I made sure, you know, I got my ass out here, man. Why? Because Commander, if you love me, hey, feed my sheep, man. Hit the highways and hedges. Compel Jake to come in. My house may be filled, man. Roughly paraphrasing. And so that's what we have to do. If you want Yahawashi to put that crown on your head and call you, look at you as a faithful servant, look at you as a friend. Because we no longer going to be servants. We're going to be friends, brothers. of Yahawashi. If you want that, you got to work for it. And that's why we out here doing it. So with that, I want to give all honest praise and infinite glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Hey, look, 144. Call on y'all about me outside, man. Hey, the numbers was 1411, and then it was 44, right under the 1 and the 144, man. Hey, faith booster right there, man. So this how you know we're doing something right, man. The Lord is dealing with us. Don't take that for granted, man. Because it was really going to hit me if I didn't do camp. Like, I really fear the Lord. When I feel like I'm going too long, now that when I feel like I'm going too late, I do a lesson every other day, man. I ain't do one yet Friday or yesterday. So I made sure I got my ass out here. Hey, I'm gonna come out here and do this camp, man. Now look, now my camp's always hitting over an hour now. Call on y'all about shit outside. I mean, I'm going through the spirit because I used to do 40, 45-minute camps, by myself. Which I'm not saying you gotta go, like, do what you can, man. But it just shows growth throughout the years. My first 3 standalone street ministries out here, it's all over an hour, man. That goes to show you, that goes to show you that the Lord is I'm sharpening myself. He's giving me more power, that more wisdom and knowledge, man. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honors, praise, and infinite glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Peace and blessings to your hopeful elect, and your sincere Akim and Akwif that's in this truth. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. Like our apostle I like to say, on to the next lesson. You're as good as your last lesson, so keep learning up, stay in the spirit. And remember, a Bible ball soon. Fuck America. We almost out this bitch. This place is going to get hit with missiles. If you want to stay here, get ready to get hit with those missiles. So till next time, peace and blessings to your hopeful elect, and shalom.